Hello. A little bit different subject tonight. Different subject matter. This is not about makeup. It's about a journey. It's not about makeup. So come join me. If you've ever been afraid of anything, come talk to me, y'all. Because we're going to talk about the realities of getting over your fears and facing your fears every day. Every day. Okay? No makeup talk tonight. Well, maybe a little. You never know. You never know. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Kyla. Hey, Jamila. Everybody pop on and say hi if you're here, if you're watching the replay. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And if you watched my video the other day about the basics, yes, I did this look with just the basics again today. Just the basics. There's your makeup talk for the night. All right. Pop on and say hi. Tell me if you've ever been afraid of anything. And tell me what you're afraid of. I'm going to tell you how I overcame my personal fears. And how I do it every day. Because I have personal fears every day. I have fears every day. Spiders are pretty high on the list. But not something that I've been able to overcome yet. So, there's my failure. Do you love your foundation, Kyla? I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Mice, heights. Hey, Lexi. We're talking about our fears tonight. And we're going to get real about our fears tonight. Okay? Because this is something, this came about, excuse me. This came about because this is something that I talk to people about every day. What they are afraid of. What's stopping them from achieving what they can achieve. And a lot of time it's fear. Okay? Fear of judgment, fear of, people not thinking they're good enough, fear of not knowing enough, fear of failure. That's the big one, right? It's a big one. Mice, heights, spiders, they're pretty high on the list. I'm deathly afraid of spiders. But we're talking about fears that keep us from achieving. Fear of acceptance. That's a good one, Kyla. It's a very good one. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my personal journey with fear. And trust me, this is a journey that I go on every day of my life, overcoming these fears. Sorry, I got a little frog in my throat. So, probably my whole life, I have been an introvert. I have been shy. I have had that fear of not being accepted, of not being good enough. And overcoming that is a big deal. And there's this huge fear, a huge underlying fear of failure, because I think that's almost like the root of all fears, or most fears anyway, a lot of them, is the fear of failing. The fear of failing at what you are striving to do. And I don't want anybody else to have to deal with that. I deal with it all the time. So probably the biggest part of overcoming a lot of that for me has been really pushing my whole life to succeed, to not fail. But here's the thing, we have to learn to fall forward. We have to learn to accept those failures, to get over those failures, to accept that those failures are going to be a part of life. Okay? So a lot of that came into realization for me when I started in my career in direct sales. And I wanted to start doing videos. And I was scared to death because I did not want to fail at it. I didn't want to fail at all, you know. I wanted them to be good, of course, you know. But if I had been too afraid to fail, I never would have tried, okay? Trust me, my very first video, and this is a big one that I find for a lot of people in my industry, is videos. Hey Alexis, hey Becca. So a lot of my fear of doing videos, for example, was my fear of failure. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. When I started doing them, of course, I didn't want to fail. So I started editing the crud out of them. My first video took me about 4 or 5 hours to film. My husband coached me through it the whole time because he's my rock. And I edited the crud out of it. And it was still terrible. But at the time, I was so proud because I did it. I did it. It was like a rush almost, putting out that first video that I had done. And the more I did it, I could do it independently, I could do it faster, and I didn't have to edit as much. And of course, I never had to edit at all. It was just something that helped me, in my mind, know that it was going to be better for me. I kept doing them, and I kept putting them out there. And not all of them were good. You can go to my YouTube channel right now. Well, not right now. Finish watching. Go to my YouTube channel. You can watch some of my first videos, and they're not great at all. But I did it, and I overcame that fear. And now video is one of my loves. It's one of my passions. It's one of my favorite ways to share with people. But that's just an example of fears that you can overcome. Another time that I overcame a huge fear of mine was when I moved to Limelight. I was scared to death. Oh, thanks, Tina. Yeah, guilty of over-editing, Alexis, exactly. When I was making the decision to come to Limelight, my friend told me about the company. She told me how amazing it was going to be. And I trust this friend, I really do. But I told her I was going to go research it. I told her that I'll look into it. I'll look into it. Hey John, hey Haley. I told her that I wasn't sure. That I needed to think. And I did. I researched the heck out of it. Because I did not want to fail. Did not want to fail. I had that fear of failure. And I'll tell you, it was in October, this past October, so almost a year ago now. So it was pretty close to Christmas. And I had built an income with my previous company that I didn't want to lose, especially not right before Christmas. And I was scared to death of losing that. I was scared to death of not being successful again because I had been pretty successful in my previous company. I was scared to death of not doing that again. And if I had not finally made the decision to go ahead and overcome that fear and take that leap because I knew in my heart that it would be better, you know? So that's what helped me overcome that fear of failure. And I came and I worked my buns off and I did it. Okay, I succeeded. I was so excited. And yes, I still have failures every day, but you guys, if I hadn't overcome that fear, like I say, I was afraid of losing that income. I was afraid of what people would think. I was afraid of losing friends. I was afraid that these people that I had built relationships with would not like me anymore. And yeah, that happened. In some cases, that happened. But I also, right before Christmas, not only regained my income, I quadrupled my income. And so overcoming that fear was huge for me, you guys. Huge. Okay? And And like I say, I'm still battling the fear of spiders. They still scare the crap out of me. But we battle our fears every day. And I see a lot, you know, Lexi's nervous about videos. Just do them, girl. Do them. And I've seen yours and you do amazing. You do an amazing job. I'm too judgy of myself when posting pics and videos. We all are, Kyla. We're so judgy, especially of ourselves. But let me tell you something, okay? Listen, I was afraid to do this. I was afraid to do videos. And look, you guys are here watching me, okay? I was even afraid tonight to do a video that wasn't about makeup because that's my comfort zone. To do a video that was a little more real, a little more serious. But you guys are here watching. And I appreciate the heck out of that. And not a single person here has had something negative to say to me so far. And I appreciate that too. And we're our own worst enemies. We are so our own worst enemies because we're afraid of that. And you just have to get over it. And there is not an easy way. Just do it. And I'm telling you right now, just jump and do it. And here's something that I want to tell you, okay? Because I really do feel like a lot of fear is rooted in the fear of failure, of some sort of failure. And I know that in our hearts, none of us want to fail. Ever. Okay? Learn that we learn from our failures. Okay? When we fail, we learn, okay? My first videos were not awesome at all, okay? My first attempts at a lot of things were not awesome at all, okay? And I still have failures every day. But we learn from them, and we learn how we can do better next time. And we almost fall forward, okay? You need to learn, and this is something that I learned and that was hard for me to learn. You need to learn that failure is a part of the process, okay? Failure is a part of the process. We learn from it, and we do better next time. And once you figure out that that failure is just a part of the process, you will do so much better. And here's why, okay? Because how do I want to say this? I'm trying to put my words into... Okay. Why do we try... What is the biggest motivation to push past that fear and past that failure? And to do it anyway? Passion, right? When we're passionate about something, okay? That was my motivator to come on tonight and talk to you guys, was my passion about overcoming your fears. All right? When you're passionate about something, you want it no matter what. Okay, no matter what that passion is, whether it's helping other people, whether it is making more money, whether it is going out and meeting new people, about changing your life, about, you know, killing the damn spider on the wall. If you're passionate about it, you'll do it. I did kill a scorpion one time, and it was on my son's arm. I was passionate about saving him. You know, you will do it. It is what drives you. Yes, Karen. Okay? So find that passion. Dig deep and find that passion. And once you know what you are passionate about, what you truly want, whether it's helping others or whatever, okay, once you find what you are truly passionate about, use that and say, I want that no matter what. Even if I fail a few times at getting it, or I fail at a couple steps along the way to get to that passion, use that, okay? Use that to say, you know what, screw it. I'm okay with failing a couple times if I can have that, okay? And once you're okay with failing a few times to have that, that's what helps you overcome that fear, okay? If you are passionate about skydiving for your 30th birthday, you can see it in your mind, Of course, that is not something that you want to fail at. I don't recommend failing at skydiving at all. Go find an expert. But you will overcome that fear. And you will do it. And you will be on cloud 9. You will be riding a high once you do it. And you will fall in love with the process of failing and getting over your fears. You will fall in love with it. You will fall in love with facing those fears every single day. Karen, do it, girl. 60th birthday, do it. Okay? And one of these days, I will be passionate enough about the spider that's on the wall and not on my son's arm, and I will kill it. But we're getting over our fears. And the way we're doing that is finding what we're passionate about and what is more important than that fear of failure. Okay? No skydiving. Just don't fail at it. I really will be sad if any of you go fail at skydiving. Okay? Be afraid of failing at skydiving, but don't be afraid of doing it if you're passionate about it. Okay? But I want you guys to know that you can do anything. If you can overcome your fears and if you can find what you're passionate about, you can achieve anything. Okay? And that is probably one of my number one struggles in my life in so many ways. My fear of, getting in front of people, my fear of, just talking to people in general. It scares the crud out of me, and I don't know if you guys know that. But it's so huge when I can overcome that, even just for a day. Even just for a day. Overcoming that fear is amazing. And it lifts me up. And it helps me because it helps me to lift other people up. And it helps me because I'm here talking to you guys now. And I get to help you guys, I hope, overcome those fears. Okay? Or at least hopefully find the motivation. And so tonight, I'm so glad I'm glad you needed that. I'm glad it helped, Jennifer. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that my my overcoming of my fears shows. But tonight, I want you guys to sit down and really think about what you're passionate about, what you want to do with your life, what you want to achieve, what you, who you want to help. What are you passionate about? What really drives you? Okay? And then think about what you're afraid of that's keeping you from getting there. And then think about how much more important that is than the failures that you're afraid of. And then go do it anyway. And gradually you will get over that fear. I promise you. I promise. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. Oh, thank you, Lexi. I love you guys. I really appreciate everybody who jumps on these live, afterwards, whatever. I appreciate all of you. And I really hope that this helped, because life sucks when you're afraid and you just sit in your corner afraid. Okay? Don't do it. Don't sit in your corner. Go out and live. Go out and do it. Okay? Don't let it suck. Don't let life suck. Go overcome those fears. And I promise you, you will love yourself for it. Love yourself. And that's the most important thing. Okay? Yes, Karen. I promise you, those of you who are afraid of videos, if you jump out and you do it, I promise you, there's not going to be people on there trashing you or being negative or anything like that. People are going to love seeing your face. They're going to love talking to you. They're going to love hearing what you have to say because they love you. And I know you don't realize that, but go do it and you'll realize it. Yes, Karen, don't let life suck. Not afraid, just want to do better. Do it, girl. Use your passion to channel that and do it, Ginger. Okay? Alright. I love you guys. I hope that helped. If you need help talking through your fears, give me a shout. I'm always here to help. Okay? I love you guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye!